You see the little shit going. That's a video. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Big George Foreman. George Foreman does clear up what he meant and what he wanted from Deontay Wilder. Of course, we know following Deontay's loss to Tyson Fury, George Foreman wanted to help Wilder in the third fight. Okay, it wasn't entirely clear what he really wanted, though. Okay. Wilder, who has well-respected trainers, Mark Breland, and also an offer from American boxer Floyd Mayweather to train him. Okay, Floyd, from Foreman's perspective, however, it is not a direct training capacity he's interested in and assisting him with. Okay, more so from a mentor perspective, it would seem. Speaking on social media, Foreman elaborated on what he thinks he could bring to the table for Deontay Wilder, okay? And he said this, he says, there is only one Deontay Wilder. The idea is strengthening him. Deontay has good and proven trainers. All we do is interject more of his inward strength outwardly, okay? And that's what he said on social media. So, I'm looking here, and if it's anything that he really wanted, you look at George Foreman and his style. I think he was a hard-hitting guy too. He was undefeated also, and he was upset also. And George Foreman, I feel, is a guy that, you know, knows what it's like to lose. And I think that's what he's trying to interject. And it's like a pros and cons with this, because for one, I think George Foreman wants to help Deontay Wilder is a great American gesture, because if you don't know anything about George Foreman is an American fighter. He's a pro-American fighter, okay? And I think that's why he's reaching out to Deontay Wilder. And he's also from the South. A lot of people don't put that connection together. You know, these guys were regarded as guys of that were to be feared, undefeated guys, hard-hitting guys, huge knockout record, you know, 40-0 with 35 knockouts when he went in there with Muhammad Ali to get upset, okay? A past prime Muhammad Ali, mind you, an older Muhammad Ali. And he took that loss, and I think he's trying to help Deontay Wilder get some of that strength mentally back. You know, but I think for another reason is he doesn't want to step on any toes, because he knows he already has trainers, and then when you can bring another trainer in, I think that disrupts and makes a little chaos, especially when you have too many chiefs and not enough Indians, okay? Because these guys have their own ideas of what they want to do with Deontay Wilder, how they can improve. And when you bring someone else in that can be a hindrance on the fighter and on the process of getting Deontay Wilder better, or any fighter better. As Tyson Fury, okay, we know Tyson Fury brought in or went to Javon Sugar Hill and wanted Ben Davison along, and Ben Davison, the pride in Davison, was like, no, I'm not doing that because I don't believe in this game plan. For that reason, I'm out. I think George Foreman doesn't want to be that involved in that also. Now the cons, that's the pros. The cons is, I feel, if Deontay Wilder loses, I think that George Foreman, if he's not directly in the camp with Deontay Wilder, he won't be held responsible for the outcome. You know what I mean? So it's a win-win situation for George Foreman, because George Foreman he has his own reputation. He has his own legacy to look after. And if he goes in there and puts his name on the line and puts himself in that camp, directly in that camp, despite the other coaches in there, and he loses, that's going to make everyone look bad, including George Foreman. And George Foreman wants to be that guy that loves you from a long handle spoon. That's what I see he's doing, you know. But overall, okay, I think it's good. I think it's a good approach from George Foreman, but I also think it's a safe approach. You know, I think he's just trying to, you know, get Wilder mentally where he needs to be, how he can handle the loss, empathize with him about losing for the first time, because, of course, Foreman went through that same shit against a brash, shit-talking, quick, slick fighter. The only difference is Fury wasn't that slick fighter. He was a brash, like a Sonny Liston mauling-like style fighter that put it to Wilder and beat him at his own game. Okay, so, you know, I think that George Foreman feels that he can help Deontay Wilder, you know, from a distance. Social distancing, right? So I think he can do that, or he feels that he can do that, you know. And I think that's that. I think that George Foreman wanted to set the record straight, that he doesn't want any chaos or want any confusion or anything with camps, because, you know, people talk, you know, and he wants to still be a mentor to Deontay Wilder, so he can pretty much, you know, pick up the phone, call him, or go visit him at any time to give him some words of encouragement, more or less. Now, I will say this: that's no different, people, than Joshua reaching out to Klitschko. Okay, so before people, oh, what it is? Well, Joshua did the same thing to Klitschko, and Klitschko actually aided Joshua without officially being in the camp. So, you know, I think that balances everything out, because Joshua got a lot of advice and a lot of help from an outside source, despite what was in his direct camp. Okay, so again, it's a safe approach from George Foreman, and it's a positive approach from George Foreman. Okay, but anyway, you guys tell me what you think about George Foreman's advice. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been counterpunched. Peace.